The nutrition, which is the from PSM, first energy providing and the foods. The protein in the food, it is 4 kilocalories, fat 9 kilocalories, carbohydrates 4 kilocalories, dietary fiber 2 kilocalories, alcohol 7 kilocalories. 1 kilocalorie equal to 4.184 joules, that is 1 kilogram equal to 0.23 kilocalories. And National Institute of Nutrition update 2020 at the age of reference male and the reference female, if the age is 19 to 39 years, and reference in the female also 19 to 39 years. The height is 1.77 meters, and in the female 1.62 meters, and the weight 65, and the female weight is 55. BMI is 20.74, and the BMI is 20.95. And the work hours both are equal, 8 hours, and the light activity for is both equal, and the sleep hours and activity recreation. And the balanced diet, a diet in which the 10 to 15% of energy comes from the protein, 15 to 30% comes from the fat, and the 50 to 70% comes from the carbohydrates. And the carbohydrates includes the complex and the simple. Complex includes pectin, lignin, and the cellulose starch. Simple carbohydrates includes glucose and the fructose. What is the DASH diet? The dietary approach to stop hypertension. It includes the low salt intake, rich in new fruits, vegetables, and the whole grains, low fat dairy products. And the Atkins diet, low carbohydrate diet. And the keto diet, it is the highest fat and the adequate protein and a low carbohydrate diet. Mediterranean diet, rich in vegetables, fruits, nuts, and beans. And the unsaturated fat. Paleo diet, lean meat, fish, fruits, and vegetables. Any substance which is added to the food product, for example, if we cook some, we will add some salt like that. And the food alteration, food additive, food fortification, food enrichment. The food alteration decreases the nutritive value or harms the body. Example, brick powder in chili powder. For example, brick powder, which is something adding in the chili powder, that is the food alteration. Food additive means improper appearance, flavor, texture, and the storage properties. Examples, sweetness, preservatives, and the vanilla essence. The food fortification, any substance which is added to the food product which increases the quality of food. For example, iron plus iodine to salt. Iodine to salt, vitamin A and vitamin D to vanaspati. Food enrichment improves nutritive value of food product is already present in the food but in the lower quantities. Example, mineral enriched energy drinks. And here the categories and the chronic requirement and the caloric requirement and the protein requirement. For example, in the male, sedentary, moderate, and the heavy. Sedentary is 2110 calorie we need, and also in the protein 43 gram per day. And the female sedentary 1600, moderate 2130, and heavy 2720. That is daily requirement of protein 36 grams per day. And the pregnancy 7.6 needed, and 17.6 in third trimester needed. Caloric more than 350 calories needed. And the lactation 0 to 6 months 600 calories needed. 7 to 12 months 520 calories needed. And the net protein utilization, it is the percentage of ingested protein retaining inside the body. Highest net protein utilization is egg 96%, milk 81%, meat 79%. Biological value, retained nitrogen and absorbed by the nitrogen into 100. The highest biological value is the egg 94%, milk 90, rice 83. Whereas the soybean, highest quantity of proteins 100 grams of soybean, 43 grams of protein. Among all the pulses, soybean has the highest net protein utilization and the highest iron, highest energy, highest fat. Egg represents protein, highest quality, high net prevalence, and high biological value. 60 grams of egg contains 6 grams of protein, 6 grams of fats, 1.5 grams of iron, 30 milligrams of calcium, 250 milligrams of cholesterol, 70 kilocalories of energy. And the limiting deficient amino acid, maize deficient in tryptophan and lysine, cereals deficient in threonine and lysine, pulses deficiency in methionine and the cysteine. Essential fatty acids: linoleic acid, linolenic acid, arachidonic acid, eicosa pentanoic acid, docosahexaenoic acid. Online is richest source of essential fatty acid is the safflower oil, followed by the sunflower oil, followed by the corn oil, which is the richest source of safflower oil, that is the linoleic acid and arachidonic acid and the polyunsaturated fatty acid. All richest source in safflower oil. Richest source of MUFA, monounsaturated fatty acid, is olive oil, followed by the groundnut oil. Richest source of saturated fatty acids is coconut oil. Richest source of linoleic acid, flaxseed oil. Richest source of eicosa pentoic acid is fish oil, halibut fish oil, followed by the codfish liver oil. Deficiency of linoleic and the linoleic acid and arachidonic acid essential fatty acids is the phenoderma. Nutrient recommended dietary allowance: vitamin A is the adult 1000 micrograms per day in the males and the 840 micrograms per day in the female. Vitamin A in the children 390 to 630 micrograms per day. Vitamin A in the pregnancy 900 micrograms per day. Vitamin A in the lactation 950 micrograms per day. Thiamine 1.4 to 2.22 milligrams per day. Riboflavin 1.9 to 3 milligram per day. Niacin 11 to 23 milligrams per day. Folic acid 300. Folic acid in the children 110 to 170. Folic acid lactation 330. Folic acid pregnancy 570. Vitamin C 65 to 80 milligrams per day. And here iron adultery 99. Okay. Vitamin A deficiency: xerophthalmia, X1A conjunctival xerosis, X2B it is the bite spot, X2 is the corneal xerosis, X3A corneal ulceration for less than 1/3 of cornea, X3B corneal ulceration more than 1/3 of cornea, XN night blindness, X3B also known as keratomalacia, XF xerophthalmia fundus, XS corneal ulceration. Scaring treatment of vitamin deficiency: oral dose is 1 to 14, 2 lakh international units if more than 1 year, and also less than 1 year 1 lakh international units, 2 lakh international units, that is the 30 milligrams vitamin A. Intramuscular dose is half of the oral dose. Vitamin A to be called as the public health problem in India: night blindness more than 1%, bite spots 0.4%. Corneal xerosis more than 0.01%, corneal ulceration more than 0.05%, serum rational less than 10 microgram per deciliter, that is more than 5%. Vitamin B, thiamine deficiency of vitamin B1, beriberi, Wernicke-Korsakoff psychosis, wet berry and the dry berry acute form, and which includes CVS. Dry berry is a chronic form, peripheral neural system, and the Korsakoff psychosis, chronic alcoholism with paradite. The vitamin B2, which is deficiency in chelosis, angular stomatitis, glossitis, and the nasolabial setoria, genital dermatitis. Vitamin B3 are the niacin 60 milligrams of tryptophan, 1 mg of niacin. Deficiency of the food in the tryptophan is the maize, or the tryptophan deficiency of the pellagra dermatitis. Vitamin B6 pyridoxine deficiency is peripheral neuritis isoniazid. If you take it can cause vitamin B6 deficiency. Vitamin B12 cyanocobalamin deficiency, megaloblastic anemia, the peripheral neuritis, no plant source of the vitamin B12. Vitamin B9, the folic acid deficiency, megaloblastic anemia occurs in the pregnancy, neural tube defect. Vitamin C is the richest source of vitamin C is the Indian gooseberry deficiency of the scurvy and the bleeding from the gums. Vitamin D is the source of cod liver, milk, and margarine, and the deficiency is the rickets, osteomalacia. Rickets means in children, osteomalacia in the adults. So vitamin K deficiency is the bleeding sources rich in the green leafy vegetables, example meat and the dairy products. Calcium deficiency is the tetany and the twitching of the muscles of face and hand and the feet. It can also lead to the cardiac arrhythmias. Iron deficiency of the iron anemia. What are the cutoff values for the diagnosis of anemia? The more adult and the hemoglobin. Adult 13 hemoglobin we need. Adult in the female means non-pregnant. If it is non-pregnant, all needed. Adult female with pregnant means 11 deciliter of hemoglobin we need. Children 6 months to 5 6 11 needed. Children 6 is to the raised needed. Most sensitive tool of the evaluating iron deficiency anemia is the serum ferritin. Iodine decreases. Iodine a male source from the seafood and the vegetable. Iodine primary lactation another 250 milligrams micrograms per day to prevent the iodine deficiency. Iodine is salt. We need to take national iodine deficiency disorder control program. According to this, iodine content in salt at production level 30 part per mils, consumer level 15 ppm. The most sensitive indicator of the evaluation of NIDDM is the neonatal hypothyroidism. The fluorine source of drinking water and the toothpaste is always known as the double-edged sword. The deficiency can lead to the dental caries. The optimal level of the fluorine is drinking water 0.5 to 0.7. The maximum permissible level of the fluorine is the drinking water 1.5 mg per liter, and the excessive fluorine, that is the removing of the defloration and the null bonder technique. We need to add the lime, alum and the bleaching powder. Fluorine levels in the water more than 1.5 mg per liter. Mottling of the teeth, that is the upper teeth incisors, upper central incisors, the most common side. The fluorine level of the drinking water 3 to 6 mg per liter, that is the skeletal fluorosis. Fluorine level 10 mg crippling fluorosis. And here the buffalo milk protein 4.3, cow milk 3.2, and human milk 1.1. Iron buffalo milk 0.2, cow milk also 0.2, the human milk is 0.4 to 0.5. The water buffalo milk 81 and the cow milk 87 and the human milk 88, and the standard milk energy in kilocalories 89, and the double toned milk is 47, skimmed milk it is the 33, and the fat here 1.5, where in the double toned, and the skimmed milk is 0.1%. And the pasteurization of milk holder method and the high temperature short time method and the ultra high temperature method 125 for the few seconds, and the cool it for 4 degrees in the high temperature short time method 72 degrees for the 20 seconds, and rapidly cool to 4 degrees Celsius temperature 63 to 66 for the 80 minutes, and then rapidly cool it to 5 degrees. How many hours we can keep the breast milk? 4 to 6 hours we need to keep in the room temperature, but if we have fridge heat. Test for the pasteurization, the phosphatase test standard is the pale count, coliform count, the food toxicants, neurolathyrism, and the endemic ascites, epidemic dropsy, and the aflatoxins. Epidemic dropsy is the sanguinine and the arigaman oil mixed with mustard oil, bilateral pedal edema, and the congestive cardiac failure. Aflatoxicosis, Aspergillus flavus, and the releases the toxin aflatoxin interstation of nuts and the cereals, hepatocellular, hepatitis. Food toxication, organism of the toxication, food involved chemical features. Fusarium toxication, fusarium releases the toxic action of fumonisin. Food toxin, food involved serious chemical features, diarrhea, vomiting. Food qualities and the standards, FSA, food standards and quality of as also known as prevention of food adulterate, denotes the minimum level of quality of food products alternate. AgMark certification of the agriculture products, and the Codex Eliminators, the primary, and the Bureau of Indian Standards.